Greetings, everyone. Welcome, welcome. I am Monster to Mermaid, and this is Minecraft. And we are playing the Minecolonies mod with trade posts for Minecolonies. And I am standing in the town of Jalapari, and Jalapari has 100 people. Is a fairly decent sized town. I'm going to change my view. Let's look for the sun. It's morning and the day's just starting, and so people are going to start going to work, coming to get some breakfast from the farmers dining hall right here. We have 4 dining halls, one at the town hall, which is for the manufacturers and the shopkeepers, one in the university area, and the second one in the university area that sells pastries, that offers pastries. And so those are our dining areas. I'm walking through the farmer's area right now, past the fields. Now, we did some work on the fields on Twitch this last time, and I think I'd like to go back and look for a minute. So one of the things that we did was in our story of the ambassador from the nation of Ta'ana, the mermaid nation of Ta'ana. The ambassador, who I am, actually got some technology from my sisters in the mermaid nation to help manage the villagers and to help manage wayward animals. And then that was day before yesterday, I think. But the last time when we were on Twitch, we also finally, because these are all level 5 buildings now, we were able to put in a better system for the farmers so that they could go between the fields without the animals following them. So see right here, the animals can't go down these. And so Alessandra can come home without having 3 pigs and two and 2 sheep and a cow blocking her way. So I haven't started doing anything with her home yet. She has a vanilla home, which is really nice. But we can do more stuff to it. We'll see later what we want to do. We are still doing our halftime show. I'm going back down in here so that I can come up in the field. I'm going to walk through the field for a minute. So we have better management of the cows, the pigs, and the sheep because we have these 2 ranch hands down here. So it's the cows that were sort of getting out of control. The sheep and the pigs wander enough that eventually Colt or Amari can actually get to them. And I think is it no, it's Amani, isn't it? It's Amani. Yes, it is. Amani's the shepherd, and she can get to her sheep easily when they wander back from that part of the field. And we're not doing anything here because we have the wolves. And the wolves are fine. They don't usually let anyone out. You saw he just went through. If the cow had come out, the wolves would come and get the cow back into the field. That is my story. So we're going to go this way and let's look at the new ranch, which we do not have anyone to work in yet. And I was trying to decide whether I wanted to bring someone over. I have a second rancher at that end of that field, and the possibility for a third rancher at the end of that field, which is fine. But I barely have a second rancher, much less a third. And I'm wondering if I want to bring the second rancher over to this ranch. What I could do It turns out that this is only a ranch. I don't think that it does dairy, but we'll look right now. This is the new um, greenhouse gardener add-on, which is a ranch. And this is a level 1 of the ranch. And Violetta is working on the level 2 right now. And when we look at the settings, we have breeding, we have feeding, we have harvesting, and we have shearing, and we have milking. We don't have someone to make anything. Herd capacity 2 per breed. 2 per breed. So that's per level. So 2 animals of each breed per level. And we could have here more cows, which we might decide to do, or we could have some other animals. This is a place where you could have armadillos. You could have, I think, who else do you get stuff from? Turtles, because there's turtle shells, right? So you could have both of those. I believe that's what this is set up to do. And so, but for right now, I think we're just going to have more cows in this area specifically for the fact that this is on the rail. They're going to be the cows that are imported and exported out of the city. And I like the idea of that. And I got 2 entrances here. That's what I thought, that they're 2 different. They don't look the same. Let me get a pickaxe for a minute and we'll fix it. Got very quiet, didn't it? It did. It got very quiet. Let me take this and take this away. And we'll put this in on the sides of this. So it at least has a little bit more of the look of this rail tunnel and the things that are in the rail tunnel. So in this rail tunnel now, at the end of the tunnel, we have the new ranch right here. And this is Gatehouse, which is at the end of the city. The border is beyond this, but the city, this is pretty much where the city ends, with this ranch being on that side of the gate. So we have a gate at each end of the Jalapari rail. Now, this is just a guard tower. This is actually the guard tower for Caledonia. And I remembered that it had a gate-like entrance, and that's what I wanted for here. The actual gate that acts, A-C-T-S, acts like a gate is at the other end at where the Coconino River is, and that's the real gatehouse that we have for connecting colonies together. That would be the one that would be used. You can see the sun setting at the far end of this tunnel. That's why it's getting so bright there, because that's the west and the sun is going down. So besides the ranch, across, and there's Violetta. Violetta is the builder who is responsible for the building of the ranch and for this last gatehouse. She's going to be doing these things. And then this is Jazz right here. And Jazz is one of 3 sugar farmers. He's the second sugar farmer, Jazian. And this is now the main hospital for the town of Jalapari. This is where Pedro has moved to, because the hospital in the cathedral is now a clinic. And that's the way we're going to have it. And this hospital has way more room and is much better. Now, this little sunroom here, we still have to work out some. Oh, that looks beautiful, doesn't it? We still have to work out some furniture, and we haven't done that yet because we've been busy with other things. And then coming down is our third sugar farm, which Cash is building. This is the field for that sugar farm. And then over here, we have the actual um, farmer who is Cohen. And you might remember that Cohen was a bartender and it just wasn't working out. And I think that he and Amari, and it is Amari. Amani is the shepherd. Amari is actually the guest services, and they weren't getting along well enough. And so Cohen decided that, he didn't have to put up with anything. He would like to do something different, and he decided he wanted to grow sugar. So it lives in the farm district now and grows sugar. Right here, this is the entrance for Giovanni's mechanics shop and for Liberty's glass shop. They both share this complex right here. You can see this guy right here, this villager. He would like to go in, but he can't. Those carpets are keeping him from going inside the building. And so he's very um, harumphed about that. But it's fine. So we'll continue down the rail corridor, and this is the warehouse entrance. Now, this warehouse didn't really have this entrance. We actually broke through, there was I think, a window here in Anyanka's original design. And yes, we have another villager here. So why do we have villagers? Because one of my favorite chat people um, it is an ambassador to villagers. That's the story that we've been doing with our relationship in chat for a long time, for some time now. And he asked me before I started this city that the next city that I started would have villagers actually living in the city among the people. In our Narlook, when we had people living, villagers living, because our Narlook was underwater and had already been built, we gave them a corridor so that they could have a place to live and all of that. And it just felt a little bit segregated. And so, in that respect, this is the train station right here. So, in that respect, that prompted Mr. Villager to request that the next time that we did a town, that we would spread them through Vincentius. Was that? That was big. It wasn't someone falling, but something big falling. So we're living downstairs, but we have parents upstairs. So we just heard something drop. Just to make sure it didn't break, I heard something drop. He did too. So it's such a promise, everyone. And so we have parents living upstairs who are in their 90s. They are 94. And so they take care of themselves. They're in pretty good health. They take care of themselves. But from time to time, we do have to make sure that they're safe and that everything is okay. And um, so this was a train station right here. And we were talking about the relationship that we had with Mr. Villager, arranging for his people to live in the city. So we have 4 areas where villagers live, and that was one of the things that I did get from my sisters at the Mermaid Nation of Ta'ana. That's my story. That I got a special lasso that I can use because sometimes villagers want to be places where um, they are uh, they are not supposed to be. I don't want to put they're not supposed to be in that kind of way. I mean, they have houses of their own, but every once in a while they decide that, well, I don't want to live there. I want to live with these people. And while that's okay if it's okay with the people, if they never leave, like if they come into one of these areas and they never go out, that's not good for all the other townspeople who live here. And so this was one of the things that we wanted to do. For instance, there was someone in the mine residence who was infatuated with Mia, but Mia was living with Riley, and Riley wasn't very happy about that. And so he kicked the guy out. And so I had to arrange for that not to happen anymore with them. Now, I haven't done anything here with these. It only happened once, and the villager was easily persuaded, no violence was involved, was easily persuaded that the unfortunately the woman of their dreams was already taken and that they would have to find someone else. And so I think that they did. Or they decided that they didn't want to live here anymore and they went back to villages because that train station connects to Mr. Villager's town. There were villagers, there are two places where villagers are close. Um, three, actually, counting the monastery. There's actually a villager monastery. Oh, the biomes we've gone. Or it's either the biomes or it's dungeons. What's the other one? Dungeons? It's not Dungeons R Us. It's the dungeons or something like that. But it's either their monastery for villagers or it's the biomes monastery. But it's actually a villager monastery with a golem and villagers living there in this huge dungeon-like building. And it's really quite nice. Now, if you notice the people wearing light clothing, it's because they are actually dressed for the summer in Athens style, in the Hellenic style of ancient Athens. It is the lightest clothing that the people can wear, and this is a perk of being a patron on Minecolonies. If you are a patron on Minecolonies, you get more citizen styles than just default. If you're not, you have default and it's fine. But if you want to have some other different styles, and there's some fun styles, that's where they are. You also get different names as well. I'm not using the names. Um, but you can. I'm using default names, but I'm using Hellenic. I like the people changing their wardrobe from time to time. And so since it is 90 degrees, 96 or something like that, 96 degrees it got up to in the Midwest of the United States today. And so yeah, so we're saying that it's very hot in the town of Jalapari as well, and that's why everyone is dressed as coolly as they can be. Now, some of the trade posts for Minecolonies, people have their own style, and because of that, like the shopkeeps, and they're dressed differently. They're not dressed in the Hellenic style. They're actually dressed in the shopkeep style. That's a shopkeeper Eli right there. It is morning, and you see one of the couriers leaving the bakery. This is Rosalie. Rosalie has the farmer's market bakery right here.
I'll take care of it.
Oh, I'm glad. And that's Rosalie right now, or it's Mia, but I think it's Rosalie. And then Jack and Eli have the two shops, and Eli is selling right now. He's actually selling pallets of deep slate. I believe that is deep slate that he's selling. In the meantime, Um, Jack is like selling trees and plants. So he's selling alliums and dark oak tree saplings right now. Both of those can be pretty rare. Let's see what our rare
If you say
finds
so.
are. So we're in the process of getting some research done for a trade post for Minecolonies in order to be able to do something. So you see where it says subscribe? Well, we're going to do research so that we can subscribe. And that means that if there was something here that we wanted to buy over and over, we would subscribe to it. For instance, this enchanted book, that's not a good price. But if it was, we would subscribe to it. We have a Fletcher, so we don't need saddles, and we have a miner. All these things we can get through our regular people. So we're not really going to get any of this today.
Is
Now,
there a
if
problem?
no, Eli, everything is fine. So, however, if there was something we wanted, we would use the coin. Now, this coin is specifically for trade with other cities, although the pet trainer does use the coin and researchers use the coin when they need to do some things. It could be, yes, you're chewing in my ear. It could be that later on we'll see the new trade system using more coin, and we'll have to check on that. Now, we had requested some things in order to do trade, and I'm going to look here and see if we got any of those. Hi, what's going on, guys? Is that you,
Yes.
Mia? Yes, it is. Mia is our stumelier, and that is trade post for Minecolonies, having having a chef who makes stew out of surplus food. So you can set at the Stumelier, who
I'm
shares
privileged to live
a
here.
kitchen with the chef for the dining halls. And there's Mia, the Stumelier. And with her pot ingredients, anything that you have here is preserved. So it automatically preserves 5 stacks in the warehouse. So it's not going to use every single piece, for example, of mushroom or of squash or things like that. So anything that you want to be used by the dining hall as well, you can preserve it so that she just uses the uh, what
Okay.
would you call it? The surplus. That's the correct word, the surplus. All right, so that's in the farmer's market. Next door to the farmer's market is the tavern. This is the Druid Arms Tavern and Resort. And we can go in and see there is, I think that is Amari leaving right there, but Amari is guest services. No,
Yes.
there she is. Hi, Amari. I thought that was you. Guest services, and down here, oh, that was Heidi. Heidi was going probably to get something to eat from the dining hall. So we can look here and see that um, they are serving beverages and things in the resort to make people happy. And if we look here, there's a guest list. And right now, there aren't any people in the resort. That happens from time to time. And then people will come and be in the resort when they feel like they need a vacation. In the meantime, the tavern is being used by visitors. It is a legit tavern. You see the tavern pieces right here. This tavern, too, is specifically a tavern 2 to match this tavern 3 because I wanted these two buildings to be joined together. And I really love the way they look when they're joined together. A tavern 2 and a tavern 3. And what's interesting is Jelly Bean. Hello, Jelly Bean. How are you? Right here. This is so fun that when these buildings are put together, these corridors match. And that makes it really easy. How are you? How are you doing? And so, yeah, how's Cole? How is Cole doing? And there is skin in the game. That looks like Tamemo. And let's see, sure enough, Tamemo no May. I will always be there for you, your reliable shrine maiden fox. Caster has now arrived. I would be willing to join your colony for yow. 9 ancient tomes. So that is pretty pricey, Tamemo. Its price is pretty high. But she is saying she would join. We do not um, do the special visitors. We do not make them citizens. You're better now that you, ups and downs. Yeah, selfie with skin in the game. Yes, let's do that. We used to do that for Jelly Bean all the time, and let's do it with Tamemo. So let me come over here and let me get right about here, and I'm going to change my view. Hopefully, I'll do it in time that I can catch Tamemo going somewhere, and we can both have a picture together. And here we go. And there we are. Yay. Oh, uh-oh. You're photobombing. No. Did you see they were photobombing? Okay. Now I have to find Tamemo again. Hold on. There we go. Okay. Wait, Tamemo, I want to take a picture with you. Wait, wait, wait. Okay, there she is. Okay. It's very hard to do this. Okay, quickly, take the picture.
Yes.
All right, there we are. Dun, 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 dun. Okay, she's like, why are you bothering me? I'm not. I'm trying to get a picture for Jelly Bean. That's all. That's all. I'm just, what's going on here? Okay, that's very funny. All right, so now I'm going to turn.
Is there
Hold
a
on.
problem?
No.
I'll take care of it. Can I help you?
So, and that is me. I still have a cough from the first cold that I have had in decades. I had last week, and I got it last Monday, not day before yesterday. And I just have the lingering cough. It's actually better than it's ever been in years when I did have colds before COVID. And yeah, so I'm actually really glad that I've kind of figured out how to not get laryngitis, how to not get bronchitis after I have a cold, and that's one of the things. And yay, we did get the picture. So on Twitch the other day, and today is August 12th, 2026. If you were watching within a few days of 2026, August 12th, you can go to Twitch if you have an account, and you can see us put in this bedroom upstairs in Maisie and Carter's house. Maisie and Carter live here. Now, this is Anyanka's style, and she uses bunk beds in these places. Wait, I'm reading chat. Gosh, you have to confirm your right to get your flu shot tomorrow. Okay, good, good. And yeah, so I'm glad that was a good reminder. Now, see, they just went upstairs. Upstairs, we put in a brand new Byzantine bedroom because Carter and Maisie are like our first couple, and they were sleeping in bunk beds. So we gave them this gorgeous bed, and look at them coming up to it. Look at them coming up to this bedroom here in the tower. This is the cathedral housing in the towers in the entrance to the cathedral, and it worked out. It worked out really good. You're still here? Okay. It worked out really good. So we did it was a teeny bit larger, teeny, and I do mean teeny. So I had to recover some of the stonework on the outside in order to put those in, but it was nothing like what I thought it was going to be. I thought I actually was going to have to rebuild that whole tower part there, but that's how slick that Byzantine insert is. The Byzantine insert for the residences. There are two of them, and one of them is the fifth one and the last one on the list. And let's show for a second. I've got one of these on me. So I can just come here. This is Old English style that we're doing, but if we go to Byzantine style, which is spumanti, and if we look at resonances for fundamentals for resonance, and here they are. So there's lots of different buildings, but inside these buildings, there's places where you can add more housing. And the way you do it is one, two, three, four, five. This insulae main dorm is does not have any walls. See, it's right there. Does not have any walls, is very low. And so if you try, and it's very small, and at level 5, you have all 5 beds in the room. And so what I do is use this to make special bedrooms when I am trying to get couples together. We take, for instance, these 2 beds right here and take away all this stuff and put a third bed in, either there or put a third bed right there to make it a king size bed. And that's what I like to do. Okay, phew, transportation app is broken. So you had to verbally confirm. Yesterday it said it was pending. Good. I'm glad. Yay. So yay, I'm glad. It is. It's a really it works out really well, and we've used it many times in the past. And this is actually the first time that we have used it here. And so we put it up in that tower to give the couple a giant bed for them to have at night. Another place where we put in a special bed, we now have the level 5 jumping on the chance to get that flu shot early. Yeah. Yeah, I guess so. It is coming up to cold weather time in a month. It will be the middle of September in a month, which is pretty wild. This is the mine complex, and Riley, the miner, has a residence in the mine. He lives upstairs, and his house is now a level 5. And so we made some changes. This is a couple, their kids are grown, no one lives with them, and they wanted to have a little bit more privacy. So we gave them a big king size bed in here. Mia loves Riley. Riley loves Mia. They've been together for a long time. They are not an official couple, but they are together. And so we gave them a really nice sort of little house here for them. Scary the way things are going out there with so many parents not immunizing. I know, and it really is one of these things where if you haven't had the measles, um, and even if you have, I think shingles is the adult version of the measles, and you have to get a shot for that because that's how measles disappeared in the first place. And because people don't believe that, measles is back. And it's our fault in the United States, actually, for the measles return. It had been literally wiped out in the United States. and buy these so-called vaccines that nobody wants anymore. So, yeah, it'll be a while. They are sleeping. Yes, I should have been quieter. I should have been quieter. Luckily, they were okay, and and yeah, but I love that one. Another thing, we found out something really wild. So I was coming up here. Now there's a dormitory in the warehouse where some of the um, some of the couriers who don't have families, they just decided they would rather be in the dorm. Jakari has been here for some time. And so we started kind of, since this is a level 5, we thought, oh, we'll come up here and we'll fix it. We'll make it a little more comfortable because we have 5 people here. And then I was going around this corner and going, okay, so we're going to probably put something here when I noticed this. It's a second residence in the warehouse. So you could have all 10 couriers sleeping in the warehouse if you wanted to, if they would. Remember, Gregory was one of the first couriers, and he was like, I'm not living in a dorm. I want a home and a family. And so he does. He has a home and a family now. But we're going to have McKenna put another bed in this area, and we'll be able to have one of the women who is not happy about her living situation come live on this side of the house here. And I think she'll be much happier in a dorm situation, but not with the men. And that's kind of what happened to her. She was in a dorm situation. It was Vienna, and Vienna right now is living in the forester's house. We had to move her out and we put her in the forester's house right here, where one of the other women couriers, Remy, lives here with Alec and Maximiliano. And Remy's fine. She's fine. And even Mia is fine. Vienna. I said Mia. Vienna is fine. Oh, ah. So Remy and is sleeping with Vienna, and the guys are sleeping together tonight. Um, I I put this bed back here because I thought maybe they would return, but they're not. They're not returning to that bed. So I'll take that bed away. I still think Vienna would prefer to be in the warehouse. We'll see when the time comes. She was living with Giovanni, but at the time when she was living with Giovanni, Sean and Vienna and one other person lived here. They moved out also. Sean and Giovanni are still living here, but she would not go to sleep. She would not go to sleep in a bed. She would be sleeping. It didn't count as, she was not going to bed, but she would not get into a bed. And so it's like, okay, you're unhappy. So we're just going to go ahead and move you out of the house. And sure enough, moved her out of the house into the Forrester house, and she started using a bed. So what's that? That's AI. That's crazy AI. But that's the aspect of the AI that I think the Minecolonies developers love, and that they're trying to, study and work with the fact that AI does what AI does. So, and the reason I think that she was even more unhappy was we hadn't figured out how to keep the villagers out. And the villagers wanted to stay up all night, and they were going up into the clock into the tower here, the light tower here, and working on it. in the middle of the night, and I think it was disturbing her sleep. And so she was unhappy about that. Now we figured out a way to keep them out, to keep the villagers out. And why are we keeping them out? They have their own homes. That's a villager right there. This is their home. Now, I made a mistake, and that's what they're mad about. I made a mistake, and the sugar farm that's in the tunnel, I thought I measured properly, but I did not. So when this sugar farm is a level 5, I will have to dig out their house and rearrange the sugar farm so that they can have a better house. Now, I moved the beds so that there's enough beds for the 4 that are in this area. So there are 4 in every area. So that is 16, which was the maximum that we were going to have. It was the minimum that Mr. Villager said he would like to live in the city. So they live here. Now they kept getting caught in the chicken farm, and I couldn't decide, is it that they just want eggs for breakfast? Is that what they want, chicken dinner? I don't know what. But whatever it was, there's the golem that belongs to these guys. Whatever it was, we straightened it out. First of all, we put what you call it there so that they couldn't come in anymore. But you notice that there is fencing around the top of this area, and that's to keep them from jumping up on the roof and crossing over in both these areas. See, there's fencing right here to keep them from walking out to the edge of this and jumping off. Incans didn't expect villagers, so they weren't worried about the townspeople walking off. And so that's the reason why we put in all that extra stuff there. Are you taking a bath in Liberty's? Are you taking a bath in Liberty's? Don't take a bath in Liberty's glass shop. What is going on with you? I have to get a bathtub in their house. I really do. I suppose I could put one outside, and that might help. Let's do that. Let's come here and let's get a bathtub. Where should we put it, around here on this corner here? We could put it around, or we could put it over here. This would probably be nice right here. Why don't we put it right there? There we go. And then we would need to put some water in there, wouldn't we, for you? WTER. Hello. Hello. Oh, look at those water bottles. Look at that. There's a lot. Look, there's a watering can. Cool. Okay. Let's get a bottle or a bucket. There we go. This will work. And we'll put some water in here. And there we go. So that's for them. And let's see if that keeps them out of Liberty's water, her glass water. So we'll come here and see. All right. So, yes, so we were talking about the fact that Vienna might move into the new section of the warehouse dormitories. She would be the first woman there in a long time, and that will be fun. I would prefer that because there's 5 people living there, which means they can't have children. If you have people living in a house, if there's not enough room for children, then no children will come to those couples. So, what I like to do is to have only 4 maximum living in a house so that if we want to have more children, if we don't want them to have more children, then we don't have to worry about that. For instance, Madeline and Alea are an official couple, But Dennis lives with them. Dennis is the other fisher. Madeline is one of the first four. And Dennis came in to be a teacher, but there they are. They're talking together. They love each other. It's most curious. And so they work very well together. And he decided he was living with Amani, but he and Amani decided that they were going to separate because he wanted to live with Madeline and Alea. And Madeline and Alea said, yeah. And especially since there's enough room still for their children to come. Madeline and Leah have, I think, five kids. Yeah, they're one of those families. Let me see how many.
Good to see you.
Hi, and let's look. And no, it's only four. Veronica, Salem, Mauricio, and Jazz are Alea and Madeline's kids, and um, and so yeah, possibly Dennis is their father, even though it doesn't say so. So, and then Amani, you don't have to worry about Amani. Amani decided, well, if he's living with them, I'm going to live with Josiah, um, and um, and Salem. Yes. Oh, yes, Josiah and Salem. And they live here together, and Josiah and Salem are the official couple. But Amani is like, oh, I don't want to live by myself. And since since that's what it would be, I would rather live with them. And so um, that is our unusual arrangements right there. Most of the couples are pretty normal, and we've got lots and lots of singles still. I think I need some water for a second. I don't know that the water is going to stop me from coughing, but we'll see in just a second. And I hope you can stay at least to halftime, Jelly Bean, because at halftime we're going to do our a special thing that we started doing, and that is we're going to have a halftime show. And you can stay. It's more like halftime listen than a halftime show. And let's see if he's working. He is not. Who's supposed to be working on this? Is this Josiah? Let's have Josiah finish working on this upgrade and make this a level 5. So this is now a level 4, and he was working on it, I believe. So now he's working on that. We don't have that many level. We don't have that. Oh, hey, let me see who it is. It is Floof. Hello, Floof. Hello, Floof. How are you? Are you trying to get out? And there goes Floof. And we have a new wolf, Jelly Bean, and she is named after the Petit Hamalakut wolf. Her name is Sheila, and she and Rude Wolf, it looks like, are a couple, have decided to be a wolf pair, and which is kind of really fun. So we have three wolves and Floof, and we might get a fourth if Floof seems like he's unhappy about not having a mate. And then we also, how did you get in here? Come out. You can come out here if you want. Oh, you can walk over. Okay, fine. He can walk over these. I forgot. And that's Cannon going home to go to bed. And we fixed it so um, Cannon will go into the house, but the villagers will not. And so the villagers can sleep in this house, which no one's sleeping in here. I don't know where the others are sleeping, but one of them sleeps here in this in the butcher house upstairs. and they're asleep. See, they're asleep right there. So wait, I'll put on the light so you can see. See, there they are. They're sleeping. And so we have a big house in case they want to have a family or something like that. Some come and live for a while and then they don't think they like it as much as they, yes, Sir Floofington. And they don't think they like it as much as they thought they were going to. And so they go home. But I think there's still two villagers in this area, but I don't know for sure. And we now have two other druids who are helping Josie with peacekeeping. And this is one of
Fine
them
morning, isn't it?
here. Hi, Mauricio. Mauricio is one, and then we have two Pedros. One is a doctor, and the other Pedro is one of the guards. And I think we have, I know that one is at one end. That's Josie right there, checking things out. I wonder if I did put the other one here. Let's check and see. I forgot I was going to possibly do something about this tower as well. Um, it has that granite decoration, and I think I'm not going to have the granite. Let's look here. And sure enough, Mauricio is here. So Josie is in the town hall, and then we have Mauricio at the southernmost the southwesternmost tip of the city. And then we have Pedro at the northeasternmost tip of the city. Sir Floofington von Floofsnout, the magnificent keeper of the snacks, defender of the soft blanket realm, first of his floof. Ah, that's perfect. That's perfect, Shelley. And speaking of floof, how is Cole? How is Cole? And we said we were probably going to do something about these lanterns and change them out. And I think I'll do that tonight. So these are the vanilla candles, but we have candles that are on holders. And let's go to my basket and we'll look at them. So we could do sconces, or we could do candle, the soft candlestick, which means we would need flint and steel. That's Dawn of Times candlestick. Or we could use the Maccaw's candlestick, and that is good. Coal is good. Shedding an entire dog almost every day this month. August and monsoon, right? It's too hot. It's too hot for fluffy coal. Oh, poor baby. So we could have this candle be here. See, there's a bed. So at the heads of the beds, I don't want candles. I can have, I beg your pardon, a candle here and a candle here, and that's more than enough light in this area. And Maccaw's candles are more light than the vanilla candles, and I like them. Now, the Dawn of Time candle is soft like the vanilla candles, and that's why I wasn't sure. I might have used one of those, but I don't think so. And down here, I don't know. I guess I will put these in as candles that they could take with them if they wanted upstairs. And that takes care of that. So let's put all of this away for a second. You notice we've got a bunch of stuff out because we were doing some stuff with lanterns, trying to not have the same lantern all over the place. And I was supposed to put these at the university. And what else? I don't know right now. I think I'll leave these here. And I picked up some stuff walking around, and And so most of this stuff is actually mine, but this line right here with the shard, the puffer, and the egg, that's stuff I picked up. This is my bed right here, and let's go to bed. Josiah started working on the residence, and he's going to do the level 5 of Nia's house. That's what he was talking about. And now we can go down. We can go out. And this is our school, but we don't have any kids right now. We can't have any. We need 256 steaks before we can have any children. And the research has to be done. Actually, you had to start vacuuming during the week instead of just Fridays. Oh, yeah, I can imagine. It's the desert. It's the desert in the summer. So, yeah, I can imagine that you would have to. Goodness. Well, I'm glad that Cole is doing okay. And that's really cool. Let's come over here. We were supposed to be looking here. We had requested some things for research. And there's the stakes. You can see that we were requesting stakes. I don't know that we got them yet. Let's look. Aha! But these things that we're looking at here, these right here, these Minecraft carts with chests, we need them for research. And this new trade dock. Woo! So we're going to take this trade dock and we're going to do the research on these things. Let's put this up. That is Rosalie who's grinding flour. That's that sound that you hear in the background. And she's the farmer's market. Hi.
I'll take care of it.
Hi, Aaron. That's the farmer's market bakery right here. And she's got some nice dishes set out already this time of morning. You can see it's around 10 o'clock at night, daytime, 10 o'clock in the day. And yeah, it's the desert, but he's a desert dog. And he ought to have learned over 8 years to shed it all, let it grow back slowly during the hot months. Yeah, I think that takes like eons of breeding, doesn't it? To change something like that. I think it would. But I'm glad that he's at least pretty okay. And so we got some pieces for research. How do we want to do this? Let's see. That's Mia, by the way, who does DoorDash. Mia is the Stumelier, and Stumeliers actually deliver food to workers who don't feel like taking the time off. And she picks up bowls as well. That's one of the things that she does. Sorry about that. I got surprised by a cough. Um, so this is the second university building, and if you thought you saw somebody with a blue head, you were not seeing things. I made a mistake. I don't even know how I did it. I don't know how I did it, but I apparently clicked on one of the guys while I was a full mermaid. I clicked on Drace, and for the first time ever, we have a skin in the game citizen. We have someone who is skin in the game, and it's Drace. I think it's Dakari, but I'll look in just a minute because I think I'll call him back. Notice there he is. And there he is.
I'll take care of it.
And Karaki, Drace Karaki. And I made the mistake
If
of
you say
clicking
so.
on him. Yes, it was a mistake, Drace. Drace actually wanted to join, but we don't usually take visitors skin in the game visitors, because that's what they look like. You notice what happened. He doesn't have his clothing that he was wearing originally. All he has is his head. And it's kind of interesting. I think when we have in the winter, when we have the very heavy Nordic clothing and he has a blue head, he's going to look very comfortable being here. But let's see for a minute. Haven't been able to take him to the groomers, and you often use your fingers to loosen up the fur and then brush and curry comb for the undercoat. Feels weird pulling your hands, pulling pulling out hands of pulling my hand out of pet with a black hand. It's better that they visit. Yeah, it is better that they visit. And it was a mistake. And and it's the first ever. Think about how long. And this is the first time ever that that's happened where we got someone by accident. And I think Drace did it on purpose. I think Drace was determined that he was going to be here and that he did some magic in order to do that, because I mean he has the skills. So right now he is studying to bring up his mana. He doesn't quite have enough mana to be a doctor, so he is working on that. See, he's up to 22. He has to be up to 30 in order to be a doctor. And when he has 30 mana, then he's going to take over for the school teacher who has her doctorate, but she would rather teach kids and lecture. She would rather be a teacher. She doesn't want to be the doctor. But right now, we don't have any kids, so Estella is doing that job. Let's go up here. Now, Pedro used to be here in the cathedral because that used to be the main hospital. But the new hospital in the farm country is much bigger and has better facilities. And so Drace is going to have this clinic in the cathedral that Estella is running until he gets done.
Is there
Now,
a
we
problem?
could have had the combat nurse run it. Bless you. Do you need to go to Pedro? We could have had the combat nurse come, but as you can see, Estella is higher up than Tatiana is. Tatiana's the combat nurse, and she's gotten a little rusty because she's been doing a lot of librarian work. Iris and Tatiana are the only librarians we have, and so it was better for Estella to step in since she has more mana and more knowledge. And so, yeah. So this is the level 5 of this. Oh, I don't know whether you saw it. Let's go upstairs. We're going to go up to the choir loft. An organ in the choir loft for the choir to use during the service, and it is right here. Dun, 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 dun. Mr. Villager gave us the first of the plans design for the organ, and then when we looked at the design, we decided that we could enhance it by using Dawn of Time's waxed woods um, pieces. These are blocks from Dawn of Time, and they look they gave it much more of an organ feel than just regular plank. And then we pushed out the choir loft here a little bit. We added to it a little bit so that we could have the choir master stand right here, and then the choir can be in a circle around the choir master. And this is a very this is, even though this is a cathedral, this is a small community, and so they don't have a lot of singers who sing for the service, but they all fit in here very nicely, along with the person who plays the organ. And so that is something that we added. Now, that room was there and was empty. This room, however, is meant to be the community hall. It was like this. We added some cups and some treats for that they would be serving after services, and so that part of this is meant to be like this. And then these doors go down into the apartments. So this is Carter and Maisie's apartment on this side, and then across the way here, and that's Maisie. Maisie was apparently visiting with Mallory. Ah, and Carter was too. They both came from Cairo and Mallory's apartment. Cairo and Mallory are not a couple, and so they're using the bunk beds in the house. And apparently, now that their company has gone home, they've gone to bed, and so we'll leave. Now I haven't decided. I'm thinking that I should put the wood floor in the apartments too. Put wood floors into the apartment. The upstairs are wood, and we could use wood floor in this, but I haven't done it yet. There's so many things to do that I haven't gotten to that yet. What is she working on? Let's see what Maisie is. She is not working on anything. Ooh. Ooh, hold on. I don't think there's anything for her to do. I think everything in this area is now a level 5, but I'm going to check. It's possible this classroom here is not a level 5. Let's look. It is a level 4. So let's do build options and let's have Maisie upgrade this to a level 5. And I'm going to look at the apartment and see what level it is. Now it's a level 5, and Iris is the only one up here right now. I haven't done anything with this yet because um, she's the only one here. We'll see if we need this apartment as the overflow for the dormitory, because we might when the time comes, if the parents go back to work and the kids want to live at the school, we could give them that. And right in here, this is the main university building. This is the first university building, and this is the main library here for the university. And then the second university building down here next to the sports center and next to the concert venue. This is where they have concerts, outdoor concerts right here. And this is the second university building right here, which did not have a library. And so we added the Arcology library on the back of this Urban Savannah University. And the way I look at this Urban Savannah University, that is so weird. I don't know why I hear stuff to my left, because Vincentius is there and no one else is down here. And that's the second time I've heard a sound like someone was in one of the rooms to my left, which is very odd. Um, so, oh yeah, so we were talking about the fact that we wanted to have a library, and so we built an arcology library at the end of the corridor for the Urban Savannah University alternative university building. And when we did, we wanted the Arcology building to look like the rest of the urban Savanah building. And so we used the same materials on the outside. We changed the materials of the Arcology building in order to make it look like the rest of that university building. If I come down here to this, you'll see that it is in fact the Arcology library that we are using here. And that thing, so it's a level 5. See the repair? See the repair list? Those are all the materials that we exchanged to get the look that we have for this building. And in this corner here, we have a door that goes into this classroom. So one of the classrooms is directly connected to the library. On this side, they just have a pass-through window for that classroom. And then, of course, right here, we have the villagers. And this is the first set of villagers where we had a golem. The golem that we saw near the chicken farm is actually the second golem. And this golem loves to be under that pergola in those branches here, in these flowers. Loves being there. They're not stuck. They actually can get out of there, but they love being there. And so when I put this here, this is a library, a villager library that we extracted from one of the towns, and the builder actually built this. We had the builder build it. They won't build it's interesting. They built this, but if it had been like a level 1 through 5, I would have had to put down the level 1 first, and then they would build up to the level 5. I still haven't figured out what I'm doing wrong that makes it that they won't build the first level. But with this building, Josiah or Maisie actually put in the building, or Wade. It might have been Wade put in the building at that time. So we have Maisie working on that classroom, and I was trying to see if there's anything else in the area. This is a level I knew when I put this here that the villagers were going to want to live here. And as a matter of fact, they do live here. So, and I don't have any. So, oh, there they are. There they are. So I have 2. And we have 4 in every area. So I don't know whether we still have 4, whether because they don't have names, like they go back home. That's what I call it when you know how sometimes you have animals and they don't stay if they don't have a name and that kind of thing. I think villagers, I'm not really sure about that. I could ask Mr. Villager. Mr. Villager has grown up. Mr. Villager has a lot of responsibility now. He is in school. He was in school before, but now he's either in his first year of college or his last year of high school. So I'm lucky whenever he is able to get time to come and visit now. This is the Stick and Cobble Tavern, which in Anyanka's style, the Old English style, Anyanka designed it. She put the tavern in the town hall, as well as the first dining hall and the library, all the things that you would need in order to, as well as the builder, all the things you need in order to start the colony are here. So you have your builder, you have a tavern, and you have a dining hall. And so you're set from the beginning. Now, this is McKenna, and all of these places in the town hall are all level 5s. McKenna is working on the warehouse. She's the one who is doing the warehouse residence. And there it is. She's upgrading another residence too. What residence are you upgrading? I wonder what residence she's upgrading. Oh, I know where she is. Yeah, I think I know where she is. I think I'm going to cancel her working on that. I think I want her to work on the warehouse residence. There's another residence over here, and I think that she was working on that. And it's right over here. Now, we were able to put in some filters to help filter out the air conditioner so that it didn't make this shh sound, and it's working, and I'm really happy about that. I think she was working on this. Yes, this is a level 4, but we can have Josiah work on this, or Cash work on it, or we can have McKenna work on it when she's done, or Maisie work on it. Maisie's right here. So if Maisie gets done with the classroom
Good to see
early,
you.
you want some variety? I'll have to find out why you're complaining about variety in the dining hall, Maisie. And we'll see. So she only has the teachers. Yeah, that's the teacher right there. And yep, in the school. So she's going to get that done. Let me look at something for a minute. What's their names? What's their names? Trade Post for Minecolonies has given us an advanced clipboard that actually shows you if you're the one that needs to do something. So let me put this here and look. So right here, view only request expected to be fulfilled by the player. That means that when you press this, they don't have the recipe for these things. And that's what's going on here. Now Cash needs jungle, and that's Kingston. And Podzol, this is going to be interesting. I don't think we have a Podzol research done. I'll have to check and see. And then framed glass, framed with dark prismarine. Nice. And then yellow terracotta, and that's going to be interesting. So for where we are right now, why don't we go to the Fletcher, because the dye shop is located with the Fletcher. There's Cash. That's Cash being upset that he's not getting the things that he asked for. So let's come down here. This is Marissa. She's the Fletcher right here. And then Santino is the dye shop owner. And let's look here and see crafting. So let me see how many different colors he has of terracotta. There's black. Oops. There's lime green. Brown, red, orange, and yellow. So there's yellow terracotta. So now all I have to do is check on Dixie. Dixie would probably be the one, the stonemason, who is going to give us terracotta. So let's go for a second to Dixie. Dixie is our second stonemason, and she is located in the train tunnel. She's one of the businesses that's in the tunnel. And we can come right here, and this is where she works. Now, we did do some stuff on here because she likes to go back in this corner and just stand here. So, so because she was doing that so often, we went ahead and put something there for her to look at. See, that's what she keeps doing. And so let's come here and look at the cutter recipes. And sure enough, she needs to know how to do that. And it says that she can do the glass, but I think I want to try and get Liberty to do the glass first. If um I know it's showing, but it's probably showing for both of them because of the prismarine. But let's go down to Liberty, the glass cutter, and we'll have her look at the recipe and see if she'll make it. If she won't make it, then we'll come back and do. And here we are. And speaking of Liberty, there she is right there. And do you still have help? Is he still helping you? Looks that way. And let's go to cutter, teach recipe, teach, and sure enough, she can do it. And I'd rather have her do it, have her make the glass piece. And so we'll leave it at that. So have you decided what you're doing, Guy? What are you doing? You're a leather worker. Oh, okay. No wonder he's using the tubs. He's actually soaking the leathers. And so that's fine. If that's fine. I'm fine with you doing that. I wonder if I should bring this up a half. I could bring the whole thing up behind here. And I wonder if that'll make it easier. I think I want to bring it up just a half in this area here, just so that there's a possibility that he'll actually go home. So there we go. We'll do it like that. And we do that. Okay. So got to be careful soaking leathers. Those chemicals make you dizzy. Oh, interesting. Yeah. Yeah. Well, you see that face. Does he look like he's gotten some chemical? Looks like he's doing chemicals. He does. He does indeed. All right. And so we found that one. Let's look on the list again. And let's see. It's 9. So let's look. So now we need jungle and podzol. I'm going to have to check and see about the podzol. When your family did archery, you made your own quivers and arm guards. Wow. Quivers. Wow. That's pretty amazing. That definitely is. Let me see who's supposed to make podzol. Let's come here and let's look and see if we can get somebody easy to make podzol for us. You're not going anywhere? You're not going to oh. Now I know for sure that they can because there's research for it. So I'll have to check the university and see if we've done any research at all for podzol. And then the other thing is the jungle. So I have to go in that direction anyway. So let's come down here and we'll head toward the university area. Wow, you did archery. You're such a fascinating person, Jellybean. You really are. And there's Pipkin. Look, there's Pipkin. Pipkin. Now, what Ayer did is he made a new research where you can actually direct them to find you something specifically. And I think that's really cool. But you have to do research for it, which is also really cool. And I like that. I like that it's tied in. Your family was fascinating. It sounds that way. It absolutely does. Archery. Cool. And so we're coming down to Kingston. Kingston is down here. There's Drace. Kingston is the carpenter who works in woods that are not grown. He works in wood that is not grown in town. that is imported. And one of those woods is jungle, right, Kingston?
Can I help you?
Yes, you can. Let me show you a new recipe, and then you will be a great help. So let's come here and let's teach. And there it is, jungle log panel, teach. All right, so let me see if he has a recipe for jungle. He has acacia, stripped. See, he has special wood, stripped. That's warped hyphae. And this is acacia here. There's jungle. There's strip jungle log and jungle plank. Good. Okay, so he knows how to work with jungle. So now he has a new cutters recipe for jungle. Now we could trade this out for the time being because I like the idea of doing that. So let's do jungle. Okay, jungle log right here. And we're going to change this wood and make it jungle because that's what he's going to be working on. So change this, and there's that. That was Harper, by the way, coming in, or it was Gregory. Gregory and Harper are Kingston's foster parents, and they raised him, and he's very much their child to the point that they changed their lives for him. She decided she was going to come over here and do these kinds of trees since he was interested in this type of carpentry. And her partner, who they're not official partners, they are long term partners. They've been together a while, Gregory and Harper. And Gregory decided that he was going to run the import export office right here. So this is where he is courier out of this office right here. And I've got all this stuff in my hand. I'm afraid that I might lose something. So let me take these and put them here, and these and put them here, and these and put them in here. I'm going to go to the university right now and put them where they belong in the university. They are for research. And since no one is around, it's nighttime, I think I'm going to change into a little mermaid in this office. Everyone's asleep. Hopefully none of the druids will come by. And here we are. And Violetta finished the level 2. Ooh. So we're going to do that. Let's come here. Wait, I need that first. And then I need to be a survivalist. And now I have hearts. And now I can look at this research without doing something I don't want to do. So let's come into here. Do I have enough room? I don't think I do, but I'm going to try putting everything away. I just did. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and the trade dock. Let's see if we have enough of what we need to do one of the new economic researches that we need to do, and that is maritime. So Trade Post for Minecolonies has decided that based on talking to players, that they would like to connect ocean or water trade with road trade and rail trade. So the maritime, we have everything we need. Look at that. So allows exports to travel between trade docks by water. And so we're going to do the research for this. And I believe that research is going to take 2 hours, but let's see. Let's come down here. Yes, it's going to take 2 hours. Now, when it's done, then we'll do the other research, increases the amount of time the amount of items that can be traded per building. That's interesting. We could do that right now, but I'm going to wait until we have some children so that there's some things that they can do. We don't have everything for the others yet. And there's a bunch of things that changed. We were working on up here where the pets are, and did it get done yet? It did. Focused foraging. Yay! We can go and we can do something about that. Archery, scale model trains, camping, hiking, fishing, woodworking, latch hook, jigsaw puzzles. All of that were things that Jellybean's family did when when they were all together. Wow, that's pretty amazing. That just sounds so cool. It does. So, with focus foraging, pets can prioritize foraging for specific things, and then we can enhance it if we have 16 golden carrots and 5 trade coins. Now, we probably have the coins, but we don't have the carrots. So, we'll look and see how many coins do we have in here now? Oh, we have plenty of trade coins, so that's not the problem. We need to put these in here. We need 2 more gold coins in order to do one of the other gold coin things that we need. And we'll look at that. In the meantime, I see gold ore and I need some others. You actually met someone who has a family and actually does family things like that too. It was refreshing. I bet. I bet it was. Wow. That's really cool that that's what it was about. That is so neat. So we have archers, we have druids. So druids love archery. And so our sports center for the university in the town of Jalapari has 2 coaches who teach archery, and they have a champion. Veronica is their champion. We'll go over there in a minute. I think that's all I'm going to do. Oh, there is one thing I did need to check, and that is to see if anyone can do podzol. There is a special Podzol request, and there it is, the chance of getting Podzol. Composters get 100% more to Podzol, requires composter and 8 Podzol. So let me get 8 Podzol to be delivered to me at the post box. 8 times Podzol. And that way, we can get what Cash needs for his build. So I am still a Little Mermaid, but I think I'm going to change back right away into a full mermaid with all my magical powers. And then we'll leave. It's still nighttime, but we're going to go to the farmer's market. Actually, the market. We've been calling that the farmer's market, haven't we, this whole time? It's a farmer's market. And we're walking through. Why don't we put this here and get a lantern so we don't trip over anything? And there we go. So we can walk with the lantern and we can see where we're going. We're going to come down here, and we have visitors who they're free to walk around in the middle of the night. We're not concerned. We have peacekeepers, so we're not concerned about people actually walking off with the furniture or anything like that. Gives you a tiny bit of faith in humanity's offspring. Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see what happens. It is. I mean, in some respects, it's kind of like when television and radio first started. That I'm pretty sure that at that particular time, everyone was so sure that the only thing that was going to happen was that they would be watching television or listening to radio all the time. So I think at some point, those things changed. Let's look for Podzol, COL, and we need 8 pieces of Podzol for the research. So we'll request that and have that be done. 128 coins. So Genesis, who is the enchanter, she's asking, did I order? Good. Genesis is asking for 128 coins. Hi, Jack. Is it morning already? Sure is. Jack's to work already. Let me see if there's any Podzol in the rare finds. So let's come here and look. A woven kelp
Okay.
brick. Interesting. Ice. No, of all things, we do need Podzol. Now, that
Okay.
is a decent price for golden apples. And I think we're going to buy those. And that'll be fine. We don't need the fish. And we have 2 fishers, so we don't need, and we have 2 stonemasons, so we don't need any of the other. Now, let's take this and put it over here, these apples. I did need golden carrots. Let me see how many I needed for research. I think I need 16, but let me see if I can find it. If I can't find it, it could mean that I've already done it. No, I don't see it right now. So I'll have to look. Oh, 64 coal blocks and 16 copper ingots. Let's order those while we're here. 64, nope, coal, COAL, blocks of coal, okay. No, it must be the other way around, block of coal. Block of coal, and we need 64 of those. Request that. And then we need 16 copper ingots. So let's erase that. Is there room? Yes, there is. So let's go to copper ingots. INGOT, and we'll get 16 of those to come from the warehouse. Now, if they're in the warehouse, it'll say that they're going to be delivered. See? So the copper's in the warehouse is going to be delivered. The coal has to be made into blocks. And the Podzol is there. I don't think there's any in the warehouse, which means we'll have to order some. Have Gregory order some from another town. And right now we need 128 coins to give to Genesis. So we're going to come over here and go to the bank, and we're going to withdraw 128 coins. And there we go. And so our balance went down a little bit, but we now have in our backpack here, there we are, 128 coins. So I'm going to take those coins over to Genesis first, and then we'll see, we'll get Violetta started on the level 3 of that ranch, and that'll be good. Let's come up here. Genesis is in the cathedral. She has a workshop in the cathedral. So does Mallory, the alchemist. She also has a workshop. And right here, we're just going to go ahead and give her these 2. And that will help her make the coins that we need that were on the list at the post box. All right, and so there's Estella. No one seems to be sick right now. And I think that takes care of everyone right at the moment. Let me see. Are you still complaining
Okay.
about food? Yeah, I know. I'm really going to have to, I promise I will do something about that. You need bookcases, and that's going to be delivered, and the cloth is going to be delivered, and the emerald is going to be delivered. So she has everything that she needs. Let's right quick see what Wade is doing since we're over in this area. I'm going to check and see what if Wade is working on anything. He was working on the new Fletcher, and I don't think you saw the new Fletcher, Jellyby. Wait, what time is it? It's halftime. Wait, it's halftime. Ooh, this is our new halftime. Hold on. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm just not going to be talking during this time period. I think I'll just sort of have some visual. But for right now, let me come here and let me go to wait, I didn't have any music. I haven't had any music on this whole time. Wow. I can't believe I did that. That's pretty wild. Let's come here and let's go to here. And there we are. Now let's see if we can hear anything.
Going to the clouds, buildings overflow,
you can hear it, but
children living in a crowd. Is it going to snow, or will the rains come and wash it all away? Will the sun fall before we have our say? Do the birds sing in the city? Do they? People searching for the truth, running out of time. Lanterns signal distant man. Will there be a sign, or will the rains come and wash it all away? Will the sun fall before we have our say? Do the birds sing in the city? Do they? Solid people everywhere, night and day combined, slicing through the mysteries. Will there be a sign? Will there ever be a sign? Or will the rains come and wash it all away? Will the sun fall before we have our say? Do the birds sing in the city? Do they? Will the rains come and wash it all away? Will the sun fall before we have our say? Do the birds sing in the city? Do
And that was City. That is one of the songs that Vincentius Primus and I have. That Vincentius was singing that song. The music is by Vincentius Primus, and the lyrics are my lyrics. And that's one of my favorite of our songs. It's called City, and I'll put some information. You should be able to find that song on bandcamp.com under Shaken Awake. Vincentius Primus and I working together. The band is Shaken Awake. And yeah, and so that's my halftime show. I'm going to start doing a halftime show on a regular basis and play some of our music. And I hope you enjoyed that. If you have a favorite, if you want to hear a song over, let me know. And the next time we have halftime, I will say, that this was requested and we'll play it over and let everybody hear it. And that'd be really fun. So that's something I only just started a couple days ago. And if you missed some of the other songs, that's probably this is the first time. It's like the other three times were like rehearsal or something. They didn't turn out quite as good as this one. I think this one turned out really well. So thank you for that. And now let's continue with Minecolonies, Minecraft. And the moon came up in the east, and we were headed to see a couple people. And let me still stay over here where Wade is for a minute. I want to know if Wade's working on anything. Now I could take a shortcut to Wade's. I could cut through the villager area right here. So we have a I think this is for a mason. I forget whether who actually uses this house, but no one usually sleeps here. We do have sometimes someone sleeping here, and let's see if anyone's sleeping here right now. So none of the villagers who were a part of this area are here. I heard someone just then. They like they like going, no, I want to live here. And it's like that would be fine, except people already live here. And so I'm sorry. That's why we built you your own housing. Shh, those people are asleep. So let me come down. And so we were supposed to be going to Wade's office, his builder's office, and see exactly what he is doing here. So let me see if he has a project. He does not. Now, this is interesting. I believe that Wade is in a position where there isn't anything more for him to do in this area as a builder. Now, what some of the builders have been offered is when they don't have anything to do for a while, they can either lecture or they can practice archery if they're interested in being a part of the archery team. They could practice that. And if he decided to do that, that now would be a good time because I don't think there's anything here. Let me see what this is. Look what we found. Yay. So Wade is going to bring this building up to a level 5. This is only a level 4 of this guard tower. And so this is probably going to be his last project, bringing that up to a level 5. And then he can decide if he wants to lecture, if he wants to work in the library, he's done that before, or if he wants to become a champion, if he wants to work on his skills as an archer. And I don't know if he's interested. I'd have to see. when the time comes. There's somebody's here. Yep, that's what I thought. I heard you. You're stuck in here, aren't you? Oh, poor guy. All right, I guess I'm gonna have to take this down so that you can get out of here. Get out. It's like, no, I want to stay. I want to stay. What do you do? Oh, you're a toolsmith. Okay. Well, you can stay here. I just don't want you stuck in the rail car. So it's like, fine. You want to be there? That's fine. But you should go home. You know, you do have a home. Mm-hmm. You do so. Now, from where he is, he should be at these homes over here. These are the homes that he should be going to. And so he will. He's just working on something. What do I want to do about that train car that I just took away? I think I want to put it in a frame. Let's get a lit frame and let's put a mine cart in there. Since we can't have one actually down, because then he will be stuck in it. And there we go. There we are. So we still have it there. Okay, be back in a bit. Okie dokie. And there we go. So we'll close the door. We'll close this. And we'll continue down to Violetta now. So we know now what Cash is stuck waiting for peace. He's waiting for Podzol. I could, depending on how many pieces he needs, I could dig it up from the tree farm myself, and maybe I will, because that would probably be fastest, and we'll still get the research done. Should I? It would probably be better. It depends on how many pieces he needs. So how many does he need? He needs 12. So we need 8 for research. If we do the research, then he can have as many as he wants. And we can have him stop working on whatever he's working on, which is, I believe, the sugar farm for right now, and maybe work on housing until he's able to get that podzol. And I think I'd like to do that. Let's come here and see what she's working on. Nada. So she did finish the level 2 of the new ranch. And now, oh yeah, look at that. And now she is going to start the level 3. And so Violetta is working on this project, and she's now going to do the level 3 of this ranch. So we can come out the door here, and it'll close behind us. And that's what she's working on. Let's have Cash not work on the sugar farm right now. He's just going to be frustrated. We can have him work on one of the houses in this area. So we discovered that the house that Juliana and Bryant are living in is only a level 4, and we were trying to decide if we wanted it to stay a level 4 or to have it become a level 5. That's this one. If we have it become a level 5, then they'll have the loft in here. I kind of, oh, see, we started already. Okay, so it's not finished. So let's have Cash finish it. We'll have Cash finish it. Mackenzie, I think, was working on it, but we'll have Cash work on it and let Mackenzie work on the dorm, and that'll be good. That'll be good for her. So she's working on that. We know what Wade's working on. Josiah's working on that little house, and Violetta's working on the ranch. That's everybody. That's everybody. So everybody is working, and that's good. And I still don't have any music. How fascinating. Hold on, let's get some drone hands up in here. Let's get some drone hands up in this place. Drone Hands is a wonderful musician, and he has given me some pieces for me to use as a part of the stream, and this is my favorite of them. Did you just jump out of something? Where did you just... Oh, there's nothing to keep you from jumping off of here. There's no ladder. How did you even get up there? Well, no wonder you jumped. Good gracious. That's an interesting thing. So the bed's up here before the ladder is. And of course, one of them wanted to sleep in the bed upstairs. It was probably Bryant. Why would you be up there? Bryant, I thought you had a family. Hold on. Oh no, Bryant was raising a kid, I think, who was not his. But let me see if that's true. I thought Bryant's kid was Heidi, but Heidi's not living with them. That's what it is. Let's go find
Tis a fine
Bryant.
day.
Hi, Luana. This is Luana right here. And let's go down to the chef, who is Bryant. We have two. We have Bryant, who's the chef, and Brian, who is one of the farmers. Bryant, where are you? Oh,
I'll take care of it.
Good. So, yeah, Bryant's parents are Ismail and Phoenix, and Juliana is his partner. Okay, so Juliana and Bryant, and one of the siblings. I wonder who this person is a sibling of. It's saying that Pedro Hedresham is related to them, and then his children are Heidi. His Bryant's kids are Heidi and Jeffrey. And Jeffrey and Heidi must be living in other places. They're not living at home. And so, thank you. So Bryant and Juliana, so that's why Bryant is living in that house, which is a little bit of a far commute for him. Let's show where he's living. In comparison to some commutes, it's not that far. But it shows up on the map as being far. So Bryant works there, and he lives in this house here, and it's saying it's far away. It's saying it's like 50. But Juliana, his partner, is working right here. And let's come up here and let's get him to stop working on the sugar farm. So let's come to here and let's cancel the sugar farm and let him start working on the other. And let's have a courier come and request to pick up the things that had to do with the sugar farm so that they'll be available next time. And as a matter of fact, Cash is going to work on this house right here. So let's go in and see what it was that I saw in here. So Bryant and Juliana are the couple, and Jeffrey is their kid. So one of the kids is living at home and the other one isn't. Now, Jeffrey is actually Juliana and Bryant's kid. Heidi is Bryant's kid with a traveler, with a visitor. And he had Heidi with a visitor before he got with Juliana. Juliana, he started seeing after he moved into the farm district and began with his parents, when his parents were here. Ismail and Phoenix live in this house right here. They're his parents, and he lives across the street from them. And he did live in that house, and while he was living in that house, you can see that Juliana's around the corner from them, and so that's how they got together. And hold on. Oh wow. Okay. Let me think. What was that? I think that was for something, hopefully, that I've done already. Because that is, I have another hour of the stream left, which is yay. Look, we have a traveler. We haven't had a traveler in a while. So that's fine. Oh, and there he goes. He just disappeared. So that means that it's dark enough because of the rain for him to feel unsafe. There should be Marcos, and it is. Marcos is here. And he is the industrial carpenter. And there's Zoe. Zoe's one of the couriers. She's living with Cash right now. And that looks like Mia. That looked like Mia, didn't it? Although I'm not sure now. And then we have visitors, of course. And so we still have a meat problem. We apparently, okay, well, now we've got a different problem. We've got thunder. So I'm going to go to the town hall where I have an apartment down below that I haven't done anything with yet. I have to do something with it one of these days. I do. I have to do something. And I think I have an idea what I want to do when the time comes. But for right now, we slept all night, and now it is the next morning, and people are going to...
I'll take care of it.
Hi, Sutton. Sutton's one of the sugar farmers. And look how light he is. Look how light he's dressed. For the fact that he's working the farm, it's pretty tough work, and so he is dressed in clothes that will help him stay cool. And there's Ellie, Paracella. Now, Ellie and Boone raised a
Is
kid,
there a problem?
but it wasn't theirs. And so they fostered a child, and then they were living together, but not really. So they moved into this apartment building here to see if they really did want to be together. So Ellie is here, Boone's here, Dixie is here, and we have too many people here. We have Lucas and Briella. We have 5 people, which means no one will get kids here. And I don't think that's going to matter right now. It might matter for Briella, and Briella should maybe be someplace else, but there really isn't any place for her to be except in this apartment building. So I think we'll just leave it for the time being, unless I figure out some other place for people to live in this area. And I like these apartments. These are really nice. I didn't do anything with the hall like I normally do because I don't like this step up, but it's fine. It's okay. It's fine. We did a little bit of stuff. You can see that there's candles and candelabra and a chandelier. I've gotten that word mixed up in my brain. Isn't that wild? That's a chandelier. So chandelier, and so we've done a little tiny bit of modifying in this area. And there is a closet that we like to put into this Thaler's Caledonian residence, and this closet is for service, for the apartment service, and you can see that there are things here that they can use, and if they need to. And yeah, it would be nice if I could have a long shovel, like if they were going to shovel snow or something like that, but there isn't anything that has that kind of look to it yet. Why do we say yet in Minecraft? Because it's going to be interesting if they can throw if they can throw spears, it'll be interesting to see what size the spears are, and if that makes something that could, in fact, be used to make like a room, you know, in a closet or something like that. That would be interesting, wouldn't it? We already know that Minecolonies team is creating stables for the fact that there are going to be riding soldiers who are riding horses. And so in that respect, they are anticipating coming forward at some point, and they're just waiting for the right time. Okay, I'm going to take a sip even though the light didn't go off. And we can hear the two villagers that are in this area at work. And now I want to get on with something. So these markers here are because when people come to the hospital, they have to look both ways before they cross the track. And we were doing something in the hospital. We're trying not to use these lanterns all over the place. But in some instances, like the hospital, I think in the public areas of the hospital, I can understand them having lanterns. So right here, this is the solarium, and people can come here and get sun. You can see that there's actually sun on the ground in this area. I think if we were going to do something here, I'm going to take that away and actually make that a desk piece. And we could make it like one of these tables, because these tables are really cool and I like them. Why don't we do a spruce version of this table? Although this is oak, that actually looks good. That looks good. Should we see what the oak one would look like? Sure, why not? Table. Let's go down to the bottom, because this is Mr. Crayfish's furniture, this one at the bottom. And it's a fun table. Let's see if I can find it right here. Sorry about that. So the place is oak. So an oak table would be this color. And the spruce table, oh wait, what's this? It says it's an oak table. This says it's an oak desk. What's the difference? Interesting. Let's get the spruce table. I see what it is though. I do. I see the difference. One is a desk piece. A table-like desk piece. And the other is an oak piece. Your smithing table. You know, I don't have that. I don't have that in my backpack as one of the things. I have tinkering. I have all of these. But I don't have that. This should be here. Although that's where I put something else. This could be here. Let's do that so we can put the tinkering table here. That's a cool table. We have a couple of cool tables that we can use differently from the way they were meant. And shoot, I was right there. Table. Let's come back and let's look at Mr. Crayfish's tables again and see if we can find something that we want. These are Maccaw's, and there they are. So that's oak and that's spruce. And there's no question that's dark oak. Let's look at the jungle color too. So we could either have this color. Oh, that's not bad. Look at that. Okay. Or we could have spruce. And it just sort of, I really like sort of the jungle table sitting there. I do. Okay. And then there's Pedro. And then furniture. Now, this is the time where there is rail, but there is not yet mass-produced electricity. So the difference is there was a 50-year gap between mass-produced rail, which means that people in towns had rail service, as opposed to mass-produced electricity, where there started to be electric street lights. That's mass-produced to me. It's a 50-year gap there. So we don't have electricity yet, but we do have steam engines for rail, and that is how that's the time period that we're putting this in, which kind of makes it difficult for things like sofas. It kind of makes it hard, but I think we can, in fact, do something like this royal blue sofa here. Could look really pretty if it was sitting out in the open like that. Let's move it over closer to here, and then we can put a table on that side and another chair. We'd have another chair there, and then it begins to look a little bit like a waiting room, doesn't it? With these things sitting here. And if we wanted, we could have another chair here and here. So we have another couch if someone's waiting for somebody, or if someone's waiting to see the doctor. And there we have those two things. Let's go to nightstands. Let's look at nightstands. So the reason I'm looking at nightstands is because they have a tendency to be made out of wood and look really nice. There's a stripped spruce and a stripped oak. And let's see which one we like best. So that's the stripped spruce, obviously. And the stripped oak looks like this one. Since the floors are oak, I think I would prefer that. I think I would. Okay. I'm getting sleepy or getting weird. And a table here. And I think for tables, are we going to use book? We could have one bookcase here. I know there's books along the wall there, but this would specifically be for people sitting here. And then we could have a stool or something. Yeah, I think a stool or something right here. See? Because that stool looks like a nice place to set something down. So let's turn it sideways, catty corner there, and have it be right there like that. And now, in this area, if someone's waiting and stuff, let's have a lantern or a light or a candle. I'm not sure now. Let me think. What tempo, Captain? A tarantella. Yes? Huh? Huh? Yes, because I'm sleepy. Vincentius Primus is aware of the fact that I am sleepy. Let's see. Oh yeah. Okay, so we're looking for something to go here. I don't want one of these. So these are really for the doctor to pick up and go if there's an emergency. This is for someone to sit here. We could have a chair here if someone wanted to sit. This is a delivery of something, but right here we need a lamp, and so we would have a candle. And I'm just going to get the candle from here. And we could do, in this area, we could do the copper just to separate it from the fact that there are lanterns and just have a copper one sitting right there. That actually looks kind of pretty, and I like that. Okay, and do we want carpet in this area? Is there carpet? Is there really carpet, or is there just sort of like, there isn't like carpets, like wall-to-wall carpets at this time. And we do have Dawn of Time giving us some rugs, some blocks that look like rugs. Let's go to Dawn of Time for a second. And this hospital, though, in this area, would they have such a thing, or would they like to keep it cleaner because of the fact that we don't have, when we have some medicine at this particular time, we're dependent on magic as well. But cleaning things and keeping things clean, let's not have anything that on the floor that's going to pick up stuff for right now. I think we'll just have it just be that they can come and sweep. I know this is here, and I haven't really decided how I feel about this being here. I kind of feel the same way about this. We probably could have one piece here, and if I'm not going to have it anyway, let's take this one away and just go ahead and make it all. I can't justify it. It's weird, but I can't see them having a lot of carpet in a place without vacuum cleaners. Now I know that they took tapestries and did that thing where they put them out. Did we want something here? Do we have to have that? I think we do have to have that stone there. If we wanted to, we could take the flower out, and let's get another one of these, except we'd need a small one. So let's look at copper again, candles. Let's get the little copper one right here. And let's put that in this room. Right here. Like that. I like that better. So down here we have the same thing in these rooms, where we started to change out some of the stuff. There needs to be a table in here and a chair in case someone needs to sit down, something like that. Let's go for a chair, and we're using Valhelsia's hay seat chairs for now. I'm not saying that every place is, let's not use hay in here. Let's use a full wood chair. And let's see what the jungle looks like as opposed to the spruce. The jungle looked pretty upstairs, didn't it? Let's see what this looks like if we had a chair. Yeah, for some reason the jungle is actually really nice. Let's do a table. A jungle table in the same area. Come down to Mr. Crayfish's tables. Past all of those. And there's a jungle one right there. Alright. And so we could put that right there like that. Nah, I don't like that. Put that there next to the bookcase. So there is a way to have jungle, books. So there are some bookcases that are made out of different materials. They just, oh, we could do, let's do this one. This is jungle. Oh wait, it's got a lower drawer. Hold on, look. I want the actual jungle book. Jungle bookshelf. Let's try doing this and seeing what this looks like itself right there. That's kind of what it's going to look like. So we could have more of a matching one since we seem to be headed in this direction. So let's come here and let's go to tables or desks and let's find jungle. Let's try and find jungle this way. It might be easier to find all the tables together. See? Like that. And we have Paladin's tables down here, and then let's see if we have right here. This might be a better match. And if not, let's look at this cupboard. And so let's see the cupboard piece first. And it's not matching. But I think we're going to put those two together right there. Isn't that a shame that doesn't match? There was a time when they did. Something's going on where they want them to be kind of... Is this jungle? It is, absolutely. This is Maccaw's jungle bookshelf and Maccaw's furniture cupboard countertop. Bookshelf and a desk. Let's look at desk and see if the desk matches better. Maccaw's. Looking for Maccaw's, and these are Maccaw's down here. Let's see if this jungle let's see if this jungle table matches that better. I'm not using those. So let me see for a second. Instead of having that, let's look at this table. And yeah, see, that is jungle. That's supposed to be jungle. And that's a shame. So maybe I should just go ahead and do that. And I don't want that many. So I'm just going to have it not match right now, unless the oak matches better. Wouldn't that be weird? Okay, no, book. That's book. Oak. Stripped oak. Stripped oak. Cabinet is not showing up. Let's go to cabinet. Cabinet. It's Maccaw's stuff. So it would seem like they would have stuff that would go together. Nope, it's wardrobe. It's a strip jungle wardrobe. And what's this? What's this right here? This is jungle cupboard counter. So this is... Now that's a better match. That's a better match. So we'll do those two. Excellent. All right. And then we have that. Okay, so which is good because then with the other rooms, we won't have as much of a problem. In here, that's one of those colors. So I think I'm going to get a Valhelsia seat chair that looks more like that, which would be this color here. So we'll do this color in this room, set it right there like that. And what about having another table, and instead of having that color, since we have this color, let's do the oak table. The oak table in this section. We should have one. Wait, we're down too far. There's a cool table. There's those. And these are the ones that we want. And I want this color right here. There are lamps already in these rooms. So let's use this color there. Perfect. There we go. Now if they wanted to have a chest or something, have something there, they can. I like that. This is Shire. This is a Shire level 3 hospital. And in here as well, let's put that there. And I know these are here like this, but I think I'm going to take these out and just have two of these right here. Let's have a chair. So we're using this color in here. So we'll have a chair there and a chair there. And we're good. Good. That's the larger room right there. And we do have some stuff. Now, we have this table, but I think since I'm using these, I think I'm going to use that one there and just have that be a different kind of table right in that spot. Okay, good. They can't break their neck coming out of that part. Okay. All right, so Pedro's awake. Pedro, I was just putting in some furniture. He's like, yeah, I can see. And we'll put this in. Actually, these two go here. And so far that's what we have in this area. And do we want... I can't, I've been through this lantern thing in here, so I'm just going to leave them and leave for right now. And Violetta is back here. You can see that Jazz is not working. He's taking a break. It looks like he's got a spinach salad.
Great to see you.
You too. And there he is. And you can see that he's one of Madeline and Leia's kids. Jazz is, and his siblings are Veronica, who is the champion, Salem, who's one of the farmers, the other farmers, and Mauricio, who is one of the peacekeepers, and he doesn't have a family yet. As far as his own family, he does have family, which is pretty cool. And then down here, this is what Violetta is waiting on materials, and she is working on this, and she is getting her materials. She's waiting for cream stone, which is sandstone, which is being delivered. So those things are being delivered so that they can be made for her. You can see that. And the cream stone is, it's not asking for a recipe. So let me come here and see if it's on my list. Because if it's on my list, that means that there is no recipe. So these things were for the sugar farm. We could take the podzol and leave it there. Scaffolding. It's interesting. I was pretty sure that they knew how to do scaffolding. Let's come over here and see if Jazz knows how or if Sutton knows how. Let's come here. No scaffolding here. He's primarily doing paper. See that? He's doing paper in this one. And Cohen is doing sugar. He's actually growing sugar for use for all the dining halls and chefs and bakeries are using his sugar, and that's what he's making. He's making sugar. And right now he did get sugar cane, but it's not showing that he made any sugar yet. But he does have the cane that is needed for it. Now that sugar looks lower, doesn't it? Somebody's cutting down that sugar. That is interesting. That is. Okay, and then Sutton. So if Sutton is not doing, we're going to have to assign somebody. If Sutton is not actually working, somebody just went in and went to bed. There is Cheyenne. Cheyenne's hungry or sick. She's going home sick. No, this is Sutton's house right here. And Cheyenne is, yeah, she's got a fever. In the morning, she'll go someplace and we'll see whether, I think she's going to go to the dining hall. And so I'll have to see if, in fact, the dining hall is working. Let me see. Ayush, Ayush, how are you? Namaste, Ayush. How are you? How are you doing? You won't stay long? That's okay. It's all right. It's nice for you to stop by for a minute. Besides, I'm only here for another like 20 minutes. So, yeah. How are you doing? It's nice to see you. This time going to be your school time. Yeah, how about that? Yeah. No, I understand. I do. I understand. And namaste. Yes. That's as far as I've gotten. But I can say that at least. I can. And let's come here. Let's come down. Ayush is Batman. He is Batman. And I hope school is going okay for you. And let's come down here. And let's look. It's always really fun when I have. I try to. I enjoy learning languages, and so I try to learn some aspects of the language, especially if there is someone to talk to. It makes it very nice to be able to do that. And so, yeah, so I was actually learning Hindi before Ayush came. We're back. Got some laundry started. Jelly Bean, welcome back. Hold on. Oh, he has a new raised bed. How's that working out? It sounds like it is. He's getting used to it, it sounds like. Jelly Bean, this is Ayush. Ayush, Jelly Bean is also one of the people who watches a lot. And it's nice for you guys to get to know each other. It is. All right, so what do I was going to do something and I got distracted since Sunday. Oh, he's warming up to the idea. Yeah, it's like, but it's weird, Mom. It's a weird bed. But cool. Cool. You have to show me a picture on Discord. You have to show me a picture of the bed. All right. So we're still waiting for, well, not really waiting, but we're watching as, there he is. Oh, but Ayush, you should ask if Jelly is okay, how Jelly would like to be called. If Jelly would like to be called Jelly, or if she would like to be called Bean. So you should ask which one is good. Yes? Yes. In the same way, I could ask you if you want to be called Ayush or if you want to be called Panday. Yes? That's fine. Jelly is saying that's fine. And there you go. Exactly. Exactly. So that is what's going on in chat, people, for people who can't see chat. And it's good. It's good. It's very good. All right. And yes, I know some words when I see them, some Hindi words, but beyond namaste and yeah, see, I can't think of any of them right now. And this is what happens when I'm learning, that I can read them. Like if I saw them, I can read some things. And it is your full name. Yeah. I agree. I agree with Jelly that it is a very, very nice name. Absolutely. And so we can check on McKenna and see what she's doing for a moment or two. And yeah, I only have about 20 minutes left to the stream. I've been on for 3 hours. And let's look here. And let's see if McKenna is, yes, she's working on the warehouse. And she needs a couple things. So there's bookcases again, and something going on with bookcases. Now we know that we have a carpenter who's supposed to be making bookcases. So we'll see. Mm-hmm. Yes, it is the monsoon season in the deserts in the west of the United States. And let me see. We needed something. She needed something. Okay, I'm paying attention to what they're talking about, and I need to pay a little bit of attention to what books. That's it. And that would be Juliana, who's right here. Juliana is the carpenter who makes bookcases. And let's see if she has a recipe for that, just for a second. I'm almost sure that she does. This is not her first rodeo, and sure enough, there it is. So she does. They're made out of oak planks, and so she would just be waiting for books and for oak. And of our people who make books, oh, you're going, okay. Okay. Bye for now. And yes, I would tell Vincentius Primus that you said bye, Iosh. And you have good night. I know you have to go up to school. Okay, so, yes. Yay! No, 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 no. You're good. You're good. Everything's good. It is. I'm very happy to see you, Ayush, and you're welcome anytime, okay? And everything is good. So let's go up to see Juliana for a second and see, look, see the roof? The roof is blue now, which means that it's turning into a level 5, this building. And he's still waiting for some pieces because see the different colors on the roof right now. There is some still there. We were going to look and see who's making books. Is Sutton making books? Is Jazz making books? We know that Cohen is growing sugarcane for sugar, and we'll see if Sutton is growing sugarcane for books or for something else. I think he's doing it industrial. Let's look at his crafts, and sure enough, so he's doing paper whites and paper. He is doing paper. So let me see if we have anyone who's doing books. So let's come down. We're gonna cut across a Cheyenne's workshop here. She's the composter. And that was Sutton, by the way, which is interesting. That was Sutton cutting across Cheyenne's area, and that was pretty protective of him. They've started living together, and it apparently agrees with him. He's being attentive, which is really fascinating. And this should be Pedro.
Oh, right away.
Yes. No, Pedro, you're fine. That's his tower, and that's him sitting there. Let's come over to here. Your floor is a mess because it's the middle of the week, but you sent a picture. Oh, thank you. So I can see the new bed that Cole has. Yes, thank you very much. Let's come here. And let's look at crafting. And there it is. So books. Oh, not only that, look at the book recipe. Jazz has actually made a better book recipe. But Jazz doesn't do, oh yeah, Jazz does paper too. Okay, good. So that's what they do. I would almost rather that you weren't doing paper extras. So let's remove paper extras and the white and let Sutton do the industrial stuff and let him make books. You have to go yourself, laundry swap. Aw, Jelly Bean, it was so wonderful having you here. Thank you. Thank you for being here. I'm so happy to see you. Yeah, it's a little late. It's a little late, so I totally understand. And I hope to see you next time. Yay! And here we go. Let's see. We're going over to Jazz for a second and check on him. Jelly Bean is such a lovely friend. And yeah. And we took those off. Okay. Now I remember what I was doing. So right here, he's doing books, and that's all he's doing from here. And then we're going to have Sutton come over, and he is going to work on the paper whites. So he's going to do white paper extra and those pieces. So we're going to cut across the composter's area, come right into Sutton's greenhouses right here, and crafting recipes. So he has the paper white, and let's get paper whites for a minute. Paper white, and this is the one, and he can do that also, so we'll let him do that. What's that? Lanterns, chipped workbench. It looks like a mason workbench for those chip things. I haven't used a lot of chip this time, probably because chipped leans towards the more modern, and we're not quite as modern as that yet. And so, yeah, it's going to be very curious. But is there a ladder here yet? There is not. Let's come out. Is anyone sleeping up there tonight? Yes, indeed. So when he gets up, he's going to jump. So let's put a ladder there. I don't care. He can, whoever's working on this house, which I think is Cash, he can take the ladder down and put it back up if he wants. But right now, I would rather have this ladder here and than have, who is this sleeping up here? It should be, I know the bed's occupied. It is Brian. Okay, Brian is sleeping there, and his Juliana and the kid are sleeping down here. So they must have been talking about something through the night and fell asleep down in the beds down there. And Brian just went up to the attic. He probably likes. It would be fun, wouldn't it, if you suddenly had this loft in your house? It's like, oh, that's where I want to sleep. I am so sleepy. We have 10 minutes. 10 minutes. 10 minutes. Isn't it amazing how quickly time extends forever? If you're falling asleep, it's like, no, I just have to get through just a little tiny bit more, please. Well, one thing I could do, on here, is maybe begin to work on the idea that the ambassador from Ta'ana, the mermaid nation, would be much more comfortable in a better situation down here. And I think this will be good to explore her. So I figured that we could make this back room actually the bedroom. And for the longest time we had this here showing that this was the supply camp for Old English style that turns into the town hall. The supply camp is the foundation of the town hall, and which is really cool. So now we don't need this anymore, and we can take the builder tool, and the same way we were looking at the insets for, we could do an inset or we can do something else. We have a little bit oh my gosh, we have a little bit more space right here. I mean, even if I was skating, I would have been home. Normally I skate, and the only reason that I'm not skating tonight is because I'm recovering from a cold and I'm not ready to spread it to become Typhoid Mary. So I wanted a little bit more time before I actually started going and skating and getting near people. And so, okay, so we were talking about the fact, there we go. That's for me to drink some water. And I am actually just drinking water right now. We could put in a special room in here, and Byzantine is the one that has the best versions of rooms. And if we go to fundamentals, I can use one of these three. I would like it to be a legit place, meaning that if I needed to, I could have someone live here, down here. But so that's the reason why I'm taking the time to set it specifically in here. I think I'd like the bed to be facing this wall right here. So from coming down the stairs, we wouldn't have that bed anymore, coming down the ladder. And yes, it would be right here. So they'd be able to see the bed there. The bed wouldn't actually be, and I like that. I definitely like that. So we're actually going to do this right here. We're going to build it ourselves, constructed, and X. So some of the things that were in these corners here just disappeared. We don't need this sign anymore, and we don't need these pieces here anymore. Let's take all of this away on this side also, and I should get an axe for a moment and just take down these. These have to do with the what do you call it? The supply camp. There's the word. The supply camp. All right, and this is okay, except I don't want them to be this color. I want them to be this color. So we're going to, although that is red there. That red means I should actually have red carpet. Let's take this and let's do beds, and let's get the red bed. So this is magenta, this is red, and these are oak red. Let's see if there's a pretty color we could do. Since it's a red bed, we could do one of the different woods and see if there's, Paladin has all these different woods, like the palm. Ooh, with a red bed. Mmm. I like the idea of this. Let me see what this looks like. Oh, that is interesting. That is most interesting. So this would be the bed here. And since I don't have to, I do want to maintain some of the idea that and I don't know that I like it with the table there. So I'm going to put the bed here and put the other bed here. That's usable. And then here, have this be a table and chair that they can sit at. Now that's palm that we're using. So let's go to palm and let's find ourselves a chair that we want. And these are Paladin's chairs. We should see Valhelsia having chairs as well here, but possibly not. I don't think so. We have Paladin having chairs. This is this chair looks like it's from a time frame. I know, I'm falling asleep. And I think everything else might look too modern, but let's see for a second. So this is a palm chair. We could have a chair here and a chair like that. I actually like those chairs a lot. That is nice. Are they too modern? Let's try a different one. Let's look at this one. I don't know. That one I don't. It's interesting. Yeah. So that's two different versions. I wish you could tell me which one you like the best. You could put it in the comments. I will look at it. Yeah. And so we'll have that. Now the question is, do you want to plaster the walls with something, which we could? So we've got this beautiful color here. We know good and well that there is terracotta that would be in that color, and plastering the walls is not out of reach. Ooh, look at all the stuff we have on us. I need to get some of this stuff to go away. Yeah, I've got stuff all over the place. Okay, so let me go up and go to the shopping center. Close that for a minute. Let's come over here. Step out. And let's go to the shopping center. And there's a stash box there, which is what we want. And we'll put everything in. And here we are. And okay, so let's start with these two. And I'm putting this up and this up here so that I can get on the hotbar. And now I'm going to start bringing down. So here's these guys that filled in everywhere. Garnet, silver, chaos ore, and there's another deep slate garnet. And I think I just got all of, and deep slate chaos. And that's all of that. And then log slabs, where did I get those from? I'm not sure. And then we've got a ton of things that I picked up, but I'm full now, so let's make these go here. that is, all of that is their stuff. And then let's
Hi.
come back in. Hi. What's up? Bless you. And let's put this down so it can be taken up. And I think now that that's everything. This shouldn't be here. And I think that's it. The tome is mine. And I know I am, oh my gosh, look what time it is. I made it from one thing to another for 1 minute. It seemed like it was never going to change the time. And now it is a minute past. Wow, how did that happen? Did I fall asleep? Did I fall asleep?
Can I help you?
All right, so yeah, I will continue when I have a little bit more of a mind. And so thank you, everyone. That's Mia standing right there. She was asking me if I wanted DoorDash, if I wanted something to eat. And I don't at this moment. I want to go to bed. Enjoy your games, everyone. Enjoy watching all the other gamers. I hope you enjoyed the halftime show. The name of that song was City, and the music is by Vincentius, and the words are by me, and it was Vincentius singing the song. And if you liked it, you'd like to hear it again, you can just leave something in the comments, and I will replay it specifically for you. Yes. When I start talking to you guys, then they're like going, who are you talking to? All right, here we go. We've been listening to Drone Hand's music, and now we're going to listen to Vincentius Primus again as he takes us out. So here we go. Bye for now, everyone. Bye for now.